since I
Alright, my album is something that I started working on in 2015. And you know, the album is something that I promised myself a long time ago that I would do, because I have a love for music. You know, I believe I have a gift, and I believe gifts are meant to share. You know, so you know, I started working on this album last year. It's my freshman album. I've actually produced albums myself, but this is my first professional album. A guy named Bass Heavy, which has been in the industry for quite some time. He's a childhood friend of mine. He took a special interest in helping me out with this project, so I appreciate you, Bass. And then, you know, Goody G, Lil Ones, they're my boys, so you know they took a special interest in me to help me, you know, go forward with this. So I also appreciate them. The album essentially is about my life. Some things that I've gone through in 2015. I had a rough patch, you know, a marital situation that went wrong. We were able to salvage it, and then we fell back out again. I went out on a venture, you know, met some different people, started getting back on the dating scene actually. You know, that's not always the right thing to do, because, you know, you're trying to cover up hurt, you know, you're trying to heal and stuff like that. So really this album is just like being 100% real about what took place in my life, and I'm exposing my dirty laundry, because I'm hoping that somebody could actually learn from the album, and that maybe somebody could be inspired from the album. And anybody that's wanting to know Huey Nunn, Junior A.K. Spider a little bit better, then, you know, then you're gonna get the real, man. And that's what my album about.
You be tracking me down like the president. You be servicing a nigga.
Like I said, you know, real life situations inspire me. Whenever I write about the real. Anything that I write, I don't write about fake stuff. You know, you got a lot of people talk about this and that, it don't necessarily be real. Everything that I talk about is 100% real. Everything that I talk about, I have experienced. I don't write about other people's experiences. I don't write about stuff that I seen on TV. I write about Huey Nunn's life, and that's it, 100. Everything, 100% real. So, you know, that's what inspired me. It's easy for me to write. I go in, and Bass will tell you, I knock out a song in about 30 minutes. I mean, you give me the track, and I'll write in about 30 minutes. And that's because I take real life situations, and I write to them. It's easy for me to write to them. I'm doing music because I love it. I'm doing music because music is my therapy. Music is a way for me to express myself, whether that's happiness, whether it's sadness, whether it's anger. I believe God gave us music as a gift to really be able to express ourselves in a different manner. And if you ever notice, I mean, it don't have to be any words on music. You can tell what a person was feeling just by listening to music, you know. Whether it's trap music, you know, boys out there in the jungle, in the streets, trying to handle business, chop it up. You know, whether it's country music, love song, you know, it tells a story right off the bat. So that's another reason why it's kind of easy for me to write too, is because I'm kind of in sync, and I'm able to kind of really understand what the producer was thinking and feeling at that time once I hear music. So I write according to what the producer is feeling in his music, and I just take like situations that I have experience in, or that I have experienced, and then I write to it. I just basically take that and put it into a rhythmic format. That makes sense. That's a good question. What do I do other than music? Well, I am a professional. By day and by night, I'm an artist. And what I mean by that is I've gone to school. I have my bachelor's in occupational health and safety, which is, you know, a science concentration. And then I have my MBA, and it's concentrated in project management. So on a daily basis, what I am is I'm a senior director for a disclosed oil and gas company. And I basically manage people. That's what I do on a daily basis. I create efficient processes and policies and procedures in black and white, and make sure that we adhere to them, different government agencies and stuff like that. So that's what I do by day. I'm originally from Shreveport, Louisiana, so I grew up in the Allendale parts of things. I eventually moved to Cherokee Park, but I'm born and bred Allendale, right there off 1666 Myrtle Street. So my grandmother lived there, and I primarily stayed with my grandmother because my dad's a paraplegic. He was in and out of hospitals, and my mom was working 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet, make things happen. So I grew up in Allendale, pretty rough life. And y'all know how it is. Them Bottom Boy Bloods ain't no joke. So that's who I ran with. I ran with some Bottom Boys. My cousin, Bottom Boy Bloods. So I got heavily involved into gang activity. Always fighting, especially when I was up there on the Cooper Road. No disrespect, C Road. You know, y'all know how we got down though. Always running in, but you know the good thing is that most of us have grown up now, and we moved past flagging, past colors. And we got past that, and we respect each other as a person, a human being. That's what it's about, you know, character. So I said all that to say this. I also give time back to a school here in Houston. I'm not going to say the name because I haven't gotten permission to say their name. But what I do is I go and talk to troubled kids that's been put out of school, gang members, and I do that every single year. And I've made an impact in that instance. I give a shout out to the Harrises. You know, they're the ones, I'm not going to disclose their names, but they know who I'm talking about. They're the ones that invite me every year. I will say to my boy Brian E. Wu, you know, ex-NFL player. That's my boy. That's where I met him at. I like the way he give back to kids, and that's part of what I do. I network with people to give back to kids. I also work with Workshop Houston, Bass Heavy, and that group to help teach kids how to produce music and take some of their frustrations and stuff like that and put it into music, put it into action. So that's another thing I do. So more or less, I give services to people, man. That's what I am. I give services to people, and I'm a big giver. Sometimes that gets me in trouble. Sometimes, you know, I'm always trying to help folks out, and some people take advantage of that, but I'm learning. First and foremost, I wanted to accomplish one of my life goals is to produce a professional album and get it out there on Amazon, iTunes, you know, Pandora, all the digital networks that the major artists have. I'm not looking to blow up or anything like that. I mean, if I do, then it's cool, but I'm really not the artist type. To be honest with you, I really wanted to more so share my story with people because it's kind of like writing a book, right? My goal isn't to become famous. My goal isn't to blow up. I give less than a damn about that because I'm doing pretty good, you know. I do all right for myself. I ain't rich. I'm keeping 100 with you. I ain't rich and nothing like that, but, you know, I'm above average, so I do pretty good for myself. So more so than anything, just sharing my story with folks, wanted to accomplish a personal goal. And hopefully somebody would actually learn from it. I know that's kind of few and in between, but if you listen to the little skits that I have in between the album, it's talking about life in general. And as long as you can relate to people and talk about things that are real and that you have experience in, then, you know, you're all good. And what I mean by that is a lot of people like to give advice, but they don't give sound advice. And that for 2016, if you don't give sound advice and you don't have experience in something, quit giving advice. Especially if you are not married and you're trying to give married folks advice. Especially if you've been married before and now you divorced and you're trying to give married folks advice. If you got a homeboy that's going through something and you never been through that, quit giving advice. And you know what? The big homie Zero said it best, man, from the H-Time. He says, how in the hell can somebody tell me how to fly a plane if he ain't never been up in the cockpit? And that's the realest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me advice on something that you ain't got experience with. I ain't no damn hamster. You know what I mean? Don't use me as a hamster and your guinea pig. You know, so You know, I hope somebody learns from that. You know, really dig into it. There's a song on there saying, "I'm gonna get it all back." You know, it's saying, there's a song, you know, and it's basically saying, you know, devil shut up. And what I'm talking about on the song, when I say devil, I'm not necessarily talking about the devil, because if you think about it, you ever ask yourself, have you ever seen the devil? Hell no, ain't none of y'all seen the devil. You know what I'm saying? Devil's spirit form. But the devil lives in people's minds. So what I mean by that is people's actions become devilish. You know what I mean? So when I say devil shut up, I'm saying people that are negative, shut the hell up. And that you're not gonna stop me from elevating, no matter what it is. So I'm looking at you right now saying, no matter what you went through in 2015, 2016 your year, tell them devils to shut up. Quit talking to you. That need to be your theme song this year. If that's not your theme song, then you're all the way wrong. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too gospel, it ain't too churchy, but it ain't too street either. So it's kind of like in between. It got some spiritual aspects of it, but it got some real life street stuff into it. You know, cause I mean, at the end of the day, I'm in corporate America, man, but there's something deep down in my heart. I don't ever forget where I come from. You know what I mean? Because the streets teach the real. And I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna get off of it, man. For those in corporate America, quit judging people that come from the streets, because those gonna be the people that have your best talent. All they need is, number one, opportunity, and all they need is to be taught something. Once those people from the street, they already survivors. They are already entrepreneurs. They are already original pioneers and engineers. Because guess what? They done survived the worst of the time in the streets. So if y'all get those people the right tools, those people be your best leaders. I'm a prime example.
starts to wear and y'all's communication, or his business trips get longer. Test your patience. That